Hey everyone, I thought I'd share a little bit of a life lesson and some food for thought for another resolution for 2020 for myself and for some of my viewers. When I was in high school, actually, this was after we had graduated high school, I was in college. I was talking to an old high school classmate of mine, and I asked him for a username. We were using AOL Instant Messaging of a girl I hadn't talked to for many years at this point, and he knew it. He talked to the girl regularly. They didn't have anything going on. They were just distant friends, really, and I didn't think he would have trouble sharing it with me. He certainly didn't have a reason not to. And his instinct was to ask me how much money I would pay him for that information. And it took me a little bit aback. I wasn't expecting him to say anything like that, and he quickly gave up on that idea, and he eventually did share the username with me. But he has some very good business sense that that would be the pivotal time to get something out of me. And it sticks. I like it. I hate it, but I like it. I wish I had taken his lesson to heart a little bit earlier in my life. A lot of times in my life, I miss opportunities to take my leverage when it still exists. I'll be talking about that in a second. So earlier today, I was trying to book a short vacation, if you will. In a week from now, I'm on a site called inthesky.org that tells you about various space events that one can view in the sky. January 11th of 2020, I'm recording this on January 4th. We have a lunar eclipse. It's only penumbral, but unfortunately, look at the map here. This is where it's visible. I live in Seattle, Washington, and I was looking at where I could potentially travel in order to see this. So I have the day off. I have that weekend off, and I could probably get that Friday off if I wanted to. So that's not the timing is not a problem. My first thought was maybe I could go to some city in Alaska, but when I looked up some of the Alaskan cities and how you would view this event, the moon was only a couple inches over there, a couple degrees over the horizon. And so then I checked some of my favorite haunts throughout the world, especially Gdansk, Poland. I have a favorite viewing spot up in Gdansk, right off the beach. Actually, it's in Gdynia. So you take the train up to Gdynia, and you get out and cross the street, and there's a bunch of vendors, and then, I don't know if this will sound familiar to most of my viewers, but I'm going to mention it anyway. And then there's well, in the summer at least, there's usually a carnival there, and then there's this long beach. And a lot of people lying down there. Usually in the summer, there's people playing volleyball there, and very dark skies. And that's what I was thinking of when I was looking into all this. And I really, I only want to go if I can get a very cheap bargain ticket, because obviously I'll only be there for 2 days, and it's it's how many hours flight time would it be? 12, 13 hours. I was thinking if I could find something under, it's a long shot, but I'm thinking if I can find something under $500, I'm gonna go there. I have another reason I want to go there. I want to take time away from my computer. I was thinking I'll leave my computer back home, take nothing with me except for my high-definition camera so I could view this event, and just go. I'm having a little bit of a difficult relationship with my computer and my cell phone, and I just wanted to leave it all behind. And so I looked up the plane ticket, and this is what got me really upset. Well, not upset, but because I also learned a life lesson. Take a look at this chart here. So if we look at the departure, this is actually only to Warsaw, and then you got to take a train up to the Gdynia station. But that's only if I remember correctly, a 2-hour train ride. The big problem is that if you only want to go for 2 days, it's a lot more expensive than if you want to go for a week. Which doesn't make any sense at all, because look at it, return January 14th. If you want to go for 2 days starting on January 12th, it also starts to get expensive as well. They know that if you're only traveling for 2 days, you're going there for a mission to view the lunar eclipse, or maybe you're going up there for a wedding, or especially if it's Gdansk, right? I want to have my wedding there someday. Or you're going to some sort of event where you can't even get a vacation day, right? If you don't have vacation days, you're busy at your job, you're probably making $1 million a day, right? I'm not making $1 million a day, although my work experience is probably worth $1 million a day. But they know that they have leverage over you. So I'm really kicking myself because in the past, I threw away a lot of opportunities where I had some leverage on people, and not necessarily financially leverage, but in the past, when I was working on my PhD, I had a time when my friend, he needed some help moving some things, and I really could have leveraged that opportunity to. He had made some bullshit small talk about how he was gonna find me a girlfriend. At the time, I was still a virgin, actually, so that kind of small talk actually excited me. I had helped him move over a weekend, and he didn't have a car at the time. I was driving an SUV. And after we got done, boom, he settled down into his new apartment. He got himself a girlfriend, and he just forgot about me. And I felt when he was asking for help with the move, that was the best time I could leverage something out of him. I missed it. A couple years ago, see, I do a lot of freelance work. I had a client of mine who also was trying to get a good deal out of me, and she had also promised that she would help me find a girlfriend, and long story short, it never happened, because I missed all the pivotal moments I don't want to get into all the detail, the gory detail about all the moments that I missed out on, but the point is, when they were needing something, I missed out on it, and I let a lot of opportunities slip through my hands. It was kind of like when I need something like this. So these people know that the reason I only want to fly 2 days is because my days here in Seattle, at least this month, are worth like $1 million a day. Thanks for watching.